NBA fans go wild at games to show their support for their favorite players. But sometimes, fans can go a little too far when things get heated. These are 5 times that NBA fans went too far. Before we begin, leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Number 5. Russell Westbrook's fight attempt. Starting our list is when an elderly man tried to fight with NBA player Russell Westbrook. It was the opening game of the 2016 season and the crowd was already abuzz considering the game was Joel Embiid's debut game with the Philadelphia 76ers. Russell Westbrook played on the opposing team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, but the stadium was already filled with energy from the fans. With the Oklahoma City Thunder down quite a few points, fans from the Philadelphia 76ers went crazy. However, in an incredible play, the Thunder could steal the ball and Westbrook dribbled past the defenders to make an excellent shot. He taunted the audience a bit in celebration, and it looks like one grandpa didn't appreciate the gesture. He went right up to Westbrook and flipped him off, taunting him and trying to start a fight. He was then escorted out by security. Eventually, the man released a public apology for trying to start a fight. Number 4. Mark Stevens' anger. The next event on our list took place in the 2019 NBA Finals. In the fourth quarter between the Golden State Warriors and the Toronto Raptors, the game was incredibly close. The audience was at the edge of their seats, truly unsure of who would win. After Serge Ibaka accidentally smacked the ball into the sidelines when blocking a shot, Kyle Lowry ended up diving to the crowd on accident while trying to recover the ball. In this dive, he ended up hitting an investor for the Golden State Warriors, Mark Stevens. Stevens didn't take the accidental hit lightly and shoved Lowry while yelling expletives at him. Stevens was fined $500,000 and was banned from NBA games for an entire year. In an interview about the situation, Lowry said that he would have handled the situation much differently if it were anyone else.
Anywhere other situation, if it wasn't in this situation, things may have been, they probably would have been done differently, handled differently by me. You understand that? Like I have 2 young children, and to be able to hold myself to a certain standard, which I do. I hold myself to a high standard. I got to make sure that I uphold that.
That is to say, he would most definitely win that fight. Number 3. Attempting to blind James Harden. Third on our list, this has to be one of the craziest and most dangerous things attempted by an NBA fan. In a 2016 game between the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz, Harden stood at the third quarter's free throw line. Suddenly, before his throw, something was shining in his eye. At first, they thought it was a camera with a flash, and the announcers thought Harden's reaction was a bit over the top for a simple camera. However, it was no camera that the Utah Jazz fan was using. The fan was shining a laser pointer into Harden's eyes, which is incredibly dangerous. Harden could have experienced harsh vision loss with enough exposure from the laser pointer. As soon as he was found, the fan was thrown out of the arena for attempting to blind a player and was banned from attending NBA games for an entire year. Number 2. Citywide riot. After his career with the Cleveland Cavaliers and unsatisfactory feelings towards the team, LeBron James decided to become a free agent in 2010.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
His fans originally thought that LeBron wouldn't leave the Cavaliers, so there was no need to worry. However, in an aired special of LeBron's decision, he stated his choice to join the Miami Heat for the next season. The fans did not enjoy this decision and felt that their own hometown hero had betrayed them. In their anger, the fans started to burn their LeBron merch and rioted in the streets. They expressed their disappointment with LeBron in interviews, saying how they felt LeBron betrayed them in their city. Considering the boost that LeBron gave to the local economy and how the Cavaliers had supported him through high school, it makes sense that the fans felt betrayed when he left. But this reaction of burning and rioting in the streets over his decision might have gone too far. And when LeBron came back to Cleveland as part of the Miami Heat, he needed security to protect him from the still angry fans. LeBron eventually returned to the Cavaliers and fulfilled his promise of bringing a championship to Cleveland, winning the fans over again. Yet still, LeBron was only considering his career when he made a fateful decision. Even after fans turned on him in such an intense manner, to still play basketball is truly a testament to his love of the sport. Number 1, the biggest fight in NBA history. One of the most intense times that NBA fans went too far has to be the biggest fight in NBA history. Dubbed the Malice at the Palace, this fight was one of the most infamous events for the NBA. On November 9, 2004, in a game between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons, the fans went wild as the game progressed. Considering the Detroit Pistons defeated the Indiana Pacers before moving on to the championships the year prior, tensions between the fans were high. The Indiana Pacers considered this their revenge game, since this was the first time the two teams had played against each other since that fateful game. In the first quarter, it seemed like the Pacers were in control of the game. As the game progressed, things started to get a little more physical between players. As the Indiana Pacers continued to dominate the game, the Detroit Pistons got more and more heated. At only 1 minute left in the game, the Indiana Pacers led the score with 97-82. As Ben Wallace made an inside pass and tried to lay up, but he got hit hard with a foul by Ron Artest. Wallace was not about to take that lightly. He went after Artest with a hard shove, and that started it all. Players started going after each other on the court, with some trying to pull them apart to separate the fight. Artest was able to escape the beginning of most of the fight, laying down on the side to try and cool off after the incident. However, a fan decided to kick things up again once the teams had slightly settled. The fan threw a Diet Coke soda at Artest, drenching him. This brought the fight from the court to the entire sports arena. Artest jumped over the scores table to get the fan that threw the soda, and the other fans tried to pull him away. Other players like Steven Jackson jumped into the stands, and the fight only got worse from there. Security kept attempting to restore order to the game, but it was to no avail. It was one of the most shocking things to see. Not only were NBA players beating fans, but they were also doing so on live television. Fans poured out onto the court. Players jumped into the stands. There was nowhere to go that wasn't in complete chaos. The fighting got so bad that the game had to be called off. As players were escorted off the court, they were pelted with fans' food, drinks, and shoes. One of the most infamous incidents was a fan throwing a chair at a player. This fight led to the most significant fines and suspensions given by the NBA. Without a doubt, this is the #1 time that NBA fans went too far. So, what did you think? Did we miss any fan reactions? Which fan went too far? Let us know down in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more content like this in the future. We'll see you next time.